set things up a bit differently, and it just takes you a wee minute to get used to how you've got them set up, doesn't it? It's just fabulous. And now I'm just making sure the other place is oh yeah, it's going well. We're all going fabulous. Ah, Casey, so lovely to see you. That's brilliant. I did enjoy your one, and it calmed me beautifully for my one too, which is just spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. Fabulous. How are we all doing? How are we all doing? Can't see how many are here. Ah, that's right. It's always good to try and find something different. Now, the biggest question is I can see there's only four of you, but I'm sure four of you can tell whether you can hear me all right. Yesterday, I had issues with my voice going in and out. It didn't last the whole live. But then I did some recording this morning, and my voice is going in and out and in and out. So I was wondering, I've messed around with all the settings, and hopefully now it's doing its thing properly. We shall see. The other thing is, I'm drivers. I might see if there are an update to the drivers, but I didn't want to do that before the live because I didn't want to mess things up and not get on. So there's nothing worse than that. Nothing worse than that. Wonderful. Ah, beautiful Jen. Lovely, sunny New Mexico. Fabulous. I hear there's lots of people getting affected by, oh, my eyes twitching, by fires, though, too. And uh, in Canada and Minnesota, I think I saw in someone's live. Hello, Eliahu. Lovely to see you too. I did enjoy your live yesterday as well. Ah, I'm so grateful you have to. And yes, yes, you have. When you got to go, you got to go. Absolutely. I was busy. I love watching Kevin from Meditation Space Online, and he's on at the moment. And how that man can sit just blows me away. And I just love the energy. It's fabulous. But I had to go. So oh no, Jen, that's no good. It's awful when it takes trails out like that. When my husband and I were in Canada, bye. When my husband and I were in Canada, we were coming through Kamloops and up to Jasper and all that, and there were fires. And the further up we got, I think we were going up. The then we were had ash falling down, and it was quite scary actually. Yeah, and yes, to see the devastation in the forests and things like that, it's awful, isn't it? Absolutely awful. Yes. Well, my lovelies, are we excited? Are we excited? Today it is my absolute favorite. I like turning it that way. Beautiful, beautiful Shiva Lingam. It is so precious. It really is. I just love it. Yes, yeah, and it didn't help my asthma at all, Jen. It really didn't. My asthma did not like it, and there was, I think it was in Kamloops. It was really hot because it's in a bowl, Kamloops, and oh, just I just couldn't go outside. It was just too much. I'd start, couldn't breathe and coughing and all that, and I had to stay. And we only stayed overnight there, so it wasn't too bad. But yes, not good at all. Yes, I'm glad we didn't get any closer to them. Absolutely. Yes, so Shiva Lingam. Shiva Lingam. Uh, Ever since I got this one, it's really quite heavy too. It's like I just want to hold it all the time, but it's just quite heavy. I should have waited actually just to see how heavy it is. It is it's what they call you know, there's so many crystals that we've looked at, and crystals that feel like teachers. That and then some of the other ones that they feel like ancient temples, and I love that when they feel like ancient temples and you can hold them in the palm of your hand. You know, that's what they feel like. This lovely wee thing belongs into that final category, that ancient temple type one. It doesn't actually fit in the palm. Well, I guess that's the palm of my hand, but it's it's heavy. Hey Maribel, lovely to see you. Been following you around on Insight Timer today, haven't we? Haven't we? And the I saw this. I actually saw this online. I was looking for something else. I saw this and I was like, I've got to have this. It just called to me. It really did. It said, Joanne, I'm yours. So I bought it and was curious as to what it would be like. When the box arrived, I thought, jeepers, it's heavy. I haven't had a crystal this heavy at all, ever. And opened it up, and I have been in love ever since. It is magic, absolutely magic. It really is, and it is the moment you pick it up, it's so different. There's something extraordinarily different about it because it doesn't sparkle. There's no sparkle about it. It just looks like a lump of rock, doesn't it? There's no yes, please. I can do that. I can do that. Shiva Lingam. There we go. And so it's not sparkly. It definitely doesn't shimmer like labradorite. I can never say that word properly. I have to give it 2 times. It doesn't rely on dramatic color to grab you. Like this one's energy just drew me into it. It just has a beautiful, gentle authority. It's calming. It's grounding. It is. It's like it is. It just, when I opened that box, it just felt like that it had been patiently waiting for me to discover it. That's how it felt, which I love opening packages with crystals. I got some more the other day and I just loved it. But there was just something really special about that. Yeah, it is. The color pattern is quite cool. That side's quite cool too. There's lots of different sort of bits in that one as well. Oh, D. Okay, an Aboriginal grinding stone. That sounds interesting. That sounds like it's calling out to me too. I like that. Um, it's egg-like form, and 90% of them will be egg-like. Um, Others can be flatter, but they will they'll still be oval, but and very smooth, very smooth. Um, they but 9 times out of 10 they will be egg like this. And it does. It's a bit big, but it does actually fit naturally in my hand. And it's like it was shaped. This one's probably a bit heavy, but that's right. I can hold it with 2 hands. But it's definitely shaped for meditation. Absolutely. You can run your fingers across its polished surface, and you can see little marbled patterns of like warm browns and reds. There's some reds in there. Oh, excuse me. Um, there's creams, there's greys, soft greys, and they're all flowing around the stone. You know, and it's the rivers. It's like the rivers moving across ancient landscapes. Every marking on it is unique. You will never get another one that looks like mine. Every curve is just beautifully rounded. There's no sharp edges at all. Um, and that's been done by water over immense stretches of time. It is spent a long time being shaped into this beautiful form. And there's also something still within it as well. And if you picked one up, you might immediately recognize that. I know I did. There's definitely a stillness in it. It feels very steady. Excuse me. Oh, I have a mouthful of my tea. It's very steady, um, rather than exciting, you know. Oh, it's a bit hot still. Um, it's it feels very centered rather than expansive. it it doesn't encourage us to escape life. It invites us to meet life with much bigger, much greater wholeness. And many crystals help us access one aspect of ourselves. This wee baby reminds us that healing often comes through integration, and it teaches us that strength and gentleness and action and rest, um, intuition and logic, you know, the sacred and the ordinary are not opposites. um, and they're not opposites to be chosen between. But complementary forces that are meant to exist together. Absolutely. Ah, I love that. I love that. Labrador. You put the D in the wrong place. That's all. Labrador, right, and no Labradorite. Yeah, who cares? I knew exactly what you meant. I knew exactly what you meant. And yes, and it's got to feel good to you. You know, you might pick this up and go, I don't know, I can't feel anything in that. But and as Angela said, her Labradorite uh, is just she loves how it feels in her hand, and that's beautiful. Um, I think a lot of people who have come across this and have it in their collection will go to it often, and will keep going back to it all throughout their lives. It'll be one stone, one crystal. I'd call it a stone more than a crystal, but it's one that you will never want to get rid of. And it doesn't promise dramatic transformation overnight. It just offers a beautiful, quieter, and perhaps even more valuable, which is a steady companion that continually reminds us how to come back into balance. That's what she's all about. Oh, throat chakra workshop. I love that, Michelle. Beautiful, beautiful. That's awesome. I bet that feels good. It's probably what I need with my throat. I've got my Super 7 on. I need to sit it at my throat. See if this has cooled down a wee bit. Now, Shiva Lingam is one of the world's beautiful, is one of the world's oldest continuously revered sacred stones. For thousands of years, it's been collected from the Narmada River in central India, and that's one of the seven rivers that's regarded as especially sacred within the Hindu tradition. And unlike many crystals that are discovered in mines, genuine Shiva lingams are naturally shaped by the flowing waters. And you can see that. You can see that they've been beautifully, beautifully rounded and shaped, um, and that flowing around the round it is what polishes it and makes it into its beautiful, distinctive elliptical form. And that takes countless years. It really does. Shiva Lingam is just up. Can you see it further up or not? Stack. I can put it there again. No problem. That's it again. Go to the metaphysical shop. I always pick up the crystals. Yes, exactly. Yep. Exactly, Angela. And that's what you should do. Every time I go to a physical shop, it's harder for me because I'm not mobile. I have to rely on my husband to drive me. So I do buy a lot of mine online. And but yes, definitely pick it up, walk around with it, put it down, go and pick another one up, walk around with it, put it down until you find the right one that's calling for you. Absolutely. Hey, CG, lovely to see you. Following you around a bit today too, I think. Um, the name Shiva Lingam comes from Lord Shiva, who is a lot of us probably know as one of the principal deities of Hinduism. And in Hindu philosophy, the lingam part is an amazing sacred symbol, which represents creation, transformation, divine consciousness, and that infinite creative force of the universe. And that's what the lingam part means. And it has sometimes been misunderstood in symbolism. In the Western culture, as representing fertility because it's an egg. But in the Hindu tradition, its symbolism is much broader and deeper than just fertility. The lingam in it represents the union of creation itself and then the meeting of consciousness and energy and stillness and movement and the eternal sort of and the manifest world. That's pretty much what the Shiva means. Hey, Giselle. I know it's a heavy stone. It is. It is. For that reason that we all look at it differently. No, I hadn't seen it before either, CG, since I don't know how long. Um, and um, and when I did see it, I knew it had to be mine. It was mine. Giselle, is that right? I think I got that. I think that's what I said second. Yes. Oh, good. Thank you. I hate it when I say someone's name wrong. It's yeah. No, um, but they are typically usually an egg. So 9 times out of 10, they'll be an egg shape. Otherwise, they will be flatter, but still an oval shape, but not that true egg shape. Yeah. So they will be a bit, they can be a bit smaller as well, different sizes. But yeah, as I said, 9 times out of 10, they will be the egg. Otherwise, they'll be a bit flatter, but still an oval. So it is beautiful. It is beautiful. Shiva Lingam, Shiva Lingams are objects of devotion and worship in temples throughout India. They are honored with offerings of flowers and water and milk and sandalwood paste and prayer. And they symbolize reverence for the divine presence that exists within all life, all life. And many metaphysical traditions outside of Hinduism have also embraced this amazing stone. And they use it as a stone of balance and transformation and spiritual awakening. And these interpretations are, those ones are um, modern spiritual practices, um, rather than the traditional Hindu teachings. Angela, this one was about, I think it was about 60 New Zealand dollars, this one, roughly. So, so not cheap, cheap. But for the size of it, I thought it was, no, actually, I think I paid about 48 for it. 48 New Zealand dollars. So for the price of it, it's not too bad. Yeah. 79 US. Okay, so that would make it 100 160 odd here. Not quite. 150 odd. Yeah. Ah, Giselle. Where are you, Giselle? Let me have a look at your bubble. Ah, you're in Sydney. Wonderful. Yes, come. Come. It's beautiful here. Beautiful. Although I do love Sydney. Um, and and I've been to Melbourne probably more than Sydney. Um, but yes, have you visited? Come visit. Come visit for a month or something and really see if that's what is, whether the strong feeling is still there. Oh, you have visited? Good, good. Love it. Whereabouts? Um, yes, so the traditional Hindu teachings, they echo that ancient symbolism. And oh, Red Beach, that's where my friends live. Love it. Um, and ancient symbols of integration, and wholeness that has surrounded these stones for centuries, for absolute centuries. And when you hold it, oh, I know I keep going on about when you hold it, but when you hold it, it is just, it's like feeling as though you are connected with something so timeless. And not because of the stone itself. It doesn't perform miracles. It just serves as a beautiful, tangible reminder of amazing, enduring rhythms of creation and renewal and inner balance. It's just beautiful. And yes, Red Beach is very beautiful. Um, the varieties, pretty much, this is it. No, this is, it's shaped naturally. Yeah, the river has shaped it to this egg shape. Yeah. Um, like most of other gemstones and crystals, they're usually in groups. Like there are usually varieties of different crystals. Um, it's, this one isn't classified into numerous ones. It's instead, it's sort of, differences arise from its natural colors, its natural markings. That's probably where it sat on the water, I would think. Um, and and its patterns, and they're all created by the river. And it has, in that creation, other minerals get into it as well. But it is still just pretty much Shiva Lingam. Um, it has these beautiful reddish brown tones, those cream colored, grayish sort of things. Sometimes you'll get them so they're forming more of a spiral, which is really quite cool. I've seen pictures of those. And others will be much more golden, um, grey or just softly marbled as well, while others can be have these big striking patches, and that, or you could have a lot of darker patches. See, I've got another patch here which is a bit darker, and that has mineral inclusions in it. So yeah, that is in there, and each stone is entirely unique, because they've all been shaped individually by the current of the Namada River. Which crystal is my favorite? My favorite changes, I must admit. Apophyllite that we did a wee while ago, I feel like that is almost my favorite. This is, but I don't, it was, it's a cluster, so it's got lots of sharp little edges. So I sit that on my body. I don't hold it like this one. And, but otherwise, I think it has to be this one. This one is just beautiful. But if I was saying a true crystal, because this is more a stone than a crystal, I would go with this, the Super 7. And it is like a master, like quartz, it's a master crystal. And so it covers everything. So that's why I wear it around my body, because it covers all the problems that go on in the body. Yes, so yes, yeah, I do love this. I have a few of them sitting around. I have one on my pillow at night too. It's the energy. It is their tactile nature. Um, this one particularly is its color. I do love its color. So yeah, it just depends on the crystal, but I think this being my favorite is its energy, that I like most about this one, AJ. Yeah, yes, it is. It is purples and greys, so it is lovely. Um, where was I? Oh, it's created in the Namada River. How many do I own? How many crystals? I have probably 100, 150 maybe. Yeah, probably. Yes, yeah, I have probably about 3 or 4 of them, I think. There's one on my pillow, this one. There's one out by my diffuser. It stays there by my diffuser, putting the energy into the diffuser when I've got things diffusing. And then I've got a really, really tiny one which I carry in my pocket. So yeah. They range, AJ, from tiny ones being $1 up to hundreds of dollars, depending on their size and their rarity, or how hard it is to mine them as well. That's how the prices change. Oh, I'm gonna have to put it down because it's getting my hand so heavy. And these variations in it, they arise naturally rather than through different mineral species. And if you're a collector of crystals, um, the you would choose a Shiva Lingam not for its perfection. Mind you, I don't choose any crystals for their perfection actually. But I chose this one because it just drew me. But it is unique. It's very, very unique. And that's what speaks to people personally too, is their uniqueness. And geologically, it's not a single mineral species, like quartz and agate or feldspar, any of those. It is actually called a, I need to look at my notes for this, a cryptocrystalline quartz rich stone. Um, get that. It's composed, thank you, Dee. It's composed predominantly. Oh, you're reading that now, Angela. I love that. It's composed predominantly of microcrystalline quartz, which is chalcedony, and jasper. And then the iron oxides and other naturally occurring minerals in the river create the rest of it. So it is quite cool. You wouldn't think that when you looked at it that it's a quartz rich stone, because I can see no quartz in that at all, and it's quite amazing. India on the Narmada River. So yeah. Um, so in very simple terms, I would describe it to you, cryptocrystalline quartz. Exactly, Angela. Thank you. Thank you for writing that down. um, I would broadly put this into the quartz family. Uh, but each stone is naturally occurring, and it's not a pure variety of quartz. It just has some of its makeup. Yeah. Yes. That gives it that a little, yeah, yeah, it does. It does. Now, to know you are getting a genuine one, it really needs to be the shape. Or, as I said, slightly flatter, but still oval, and it's always smooth. It's always smooth. There's no raw roughness about it at all. Yes, looks like a potato. It does. It does. Um, it's very durable too, because it's had centuries of polish by flowing water, so it makes it very, very durable. So yes, so authentic Shiva lingams comes exclusively from the Narmada River in Madhya Pradesh, India. My apologies if I've said that totally wrong. Um, this origin is significant not only geologically, um, but spiritually. I love that, Giselle. Yes, yes, we are. We are cousins, aren't we? Um, the Narmada River has been revered for thousands of years. It's one of India's holiest rivers, and collecting Shiva lingams has been entwined with pilgrimage, ritual, and cultural tradition for thousands of years. The stones are gathered respectfully from the riverbed, and then they do often, not always, undergo very minimal polishing just to preserve its natural shape. And that's why you know when it's an egg like this that it is a um, authentic crystal. So all sorts, AJ, all sorts of different colors, and they're each group, like the like quartz. You can have clear quartz, you can have smoky quartz, you can have rose quartz, but they're still quartz, so they come in different colors. So all the different families will have in that family crystals that have very different colors. Um, their unique origin is one reason that they are held in such esteem. It really is. So a genuine Shiva lingam carries not only the story of the Earth's geological process, but also the living spiritual heritage of generations who have honored these absolutely remarkable stones. It is very hard. Uh, Although it's it's a 6.5 to a 7, so it's not, it goes up to 8, so it's not the hardest, but it consists largely of quartz and jasper, so that's what softens them to softens it to the 6.5 to the 7 on the Mohs scale. I got this one from a crystal shop here in New Zealand. Yeah. Lovely, Eliahu. So this makes it a very durable stone, and it is you can use it every single time you meditate if you want. You can carry it, you can display it, depending on the size you get. This one is not easy to take with me, but I can carry it, and like I sit here and I'm holding it, I can do that. It's been shaped, as I said, by flowing water over immense periods of time. But even so, it has still not lost its integrity, and it hasn't resisted those changes. It's just been refined by all that beautiful water. It's fabulous. Yes, yeah, it is. So it's very brown on that side, and then you've got the other colors in it on that side. Yeah. Beautiful. You have amazing dreams and a beautiful, restful sleep, Eliyahu. Yeah, skinned potato. Um, and that's a beautiful lesson, that shaped by flowing water. Our strength doesn't come from resisting life's currents. It just sometimes it comes from allowing ourselves to be shaped by experience, but remaining true to our deepest nature as well. Um, I've been doing them for a wee while now, AJ. Yeah. Shiva Lingam is uh, it's composed primarily of the more, not as I said about the crystalline, which Angela posted there, the thing, but it is primarily micro crystalline quartz. So it's S small I O and a two. That's its mineral composition, and then together it has jasper, it has iron oxides, it has trace minerals that create its beautiful, distinctive marbling sort of patterns. Yeah. And the swirling sort of bands that you get on it, the creams, the rusts, the greys, they they're like a visible expression of geological processes, and that has unfolded over millions of years. Layer upon layer of mineral rich sediments have gradually combined and hardened, and then later sculpted by the waters of the Narmada, into these beautiful, smooth, delightful forms that we see today. And its composition tells such a beautiful story, doesn't it? What appears very simple on the outside contains remarkable complexity within it, and and we too, as human beings, we are far richer and more intricate than often first impressions suggest as well. One of the first things you notice about Shiva Lingam is how naturally it fits in your hand. Even though this is a giant wee thing, it still fits in my hand quite naturally. And and that's because of its smoothness too, because otherwise, you get crystals with sharp points and rough faces, and this one is just smooth, and it's beautiful, and it's oval, and it just you just want to touch it. Uh, there's there is an absolute distinct desire to actually try and cradle it while you're meditating. It really does. It does warrant that. It is when you touch it and feel it. It's just like, oh, it can just sit in the crook of my arm while I'm meditating, and it's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Um, its surface is silky and it's cool. It warms with the heat of your hand, and it is very tactile. And it's a very tactile experience too when you touch it because it's so comforting. And if you love nature, just holding a river stone is just feels so beautiful. It's just fabulous. It is 2:41 p.m. AJ here at the moment on Thursday afternoon. Symbolically, it's beautiful egg-like shape. It's 14:21. How's that? Yeah, on Thursday afternoon. New Zealand is ahead of the whole world, AJ. Um, So yes, symbolically, its egg shape is like being associated with wholeness, creation, and potential. And an egg contains all that possibility of life, and not because it's complete, because it just holds everything needed for transformation within itself. Shiva Lingam reflects this beautiful symbolism, and it invites us to trust that the growth often begins beneath the surface before becoming visible in the world. Yeah, yep. So that's 1442. If I had to, um, if Shiva Lingam could speak, they do talk to me all the time. It would probably tell me become whole. Simple. Become whole. Nope. New Zealand is ahead of everyone. Everyone. Tonga. Yeah. No, we are our sun rises before anyone else in the world. So yes. So like you guys 2 hours behind us. But yeah, we are ahead of the lot. It's quite fascinating, eh? Such a tiny little country like us, and we are ahead of everyone. I love it. So yes, become whole. Become whole. Its energy feels balanced. It's deeply centered. It's transformative. Um, it's it is it's about how we're meant to live. Live your dreams, your strength, your vulnerability, your spiritual lives, your everyday lives. Live to the fullest through those. If you work with Shiva Lingam, it's a stone of integration, absolutely, and it symbolically supports anyone who's navigating major life transitions, and it helps you embrace that change, but it doesn't make you lose your inner stability. It does also carry a sense of renewal, and it just reminds us that endings are really final. They are more invitations for something beautiful and new to emerge. Now, unlike stones that seem to radiate outwards, like a lot of crystals do, Shiva Lingam's energy feels as though it's moved inward first, creating that beautiful calm center from which everything else naturally flows. It is primarily connected to the sacral chakra. Um, it is connected to a lot of the chakras actually, but mainly the sacral. Its primary energetic connection is the sacral, and that is the one that is just below the navel on your body. This chakra is linked with creativity, vitality, relationships, emotional flow, and the life force that actually inspires us to create and connect and experience joy. It resonates very deeply with this chakra because of its ancient symbolism of creation and divine union. And within that Hindu philosophy, the lingam represents the creative principle of existence itself. Not merely physical creation, but the continued unfolding of life in all its forms. So that aligns beautifully with the sacral chakra and its role as the energetic center, where ideas and emotions and relationships and creative expression begin to take shape. Oh, interesting. No, I'm pretty sure it's not. Pretty sure it's not. I will have to look at that now, but everybody says that we're ahead of everyone else. I love it. Um, and when we feel disconnected from all that, from our creativity and emotional, we feel emotionally stagnant and all that, that is when the sacral chakra needs work. And it the Shiva Lingam will help with that, and it will help to remind us that creativity is um, is not limited to painting and writing and music, but every conversation, every compassionate choice, every meal prepared with love, and every new beginning is an act of creation, and that's what Shiva Lingam will help you with. When you connect with your sacral chakra as well. Holding Shiva Lingam during meditation or reflections is it becomes a symbolic invitation to trust your life cycles, to honor your emotional wisdom, and just remember that creation unfolds gently and one beautiful inspired step at a time. So yeah, um, how to use it? How to use it? It's um, it's about um, balance, really. It is. Um, its smoothness just invites moments of stillness, which make it a beautiful companion during meditation and breathing practices and all that. Its wisdom extends far beyond spiritual practice too. It encourages us to bring the same sense of presence into ordinary moments, into our conversations, into our work and our relationships, and even the way we care for ourselves too. Maybe I'm mistaken, Giselle. Who knows? You tend to believe, I've never looked into it myself, but you tend to believe what everyone tells you, eh, sometimes, which is not always right. Um, Rather than separating spiritual life, though, from everyday life, Shiva Lingam dissolves that distinction. It reminds us that preparing a meal, tending a garden, comforting a friend, or just sitting quietly with a cup of tea, like I'm doing here, chatting away to you with my tea, they all become sacred acts when we approach them with awareness and intention. And it's symbolism of integration just is beautiful. It encourages us to embrace every aspect of ourselves, recognizing that our greatest strength often arises not from perfection, but from wholeness. And when life feels fragmented or overwhelming, then just hold it. Pick it up and hold it, because that can, in itself, can be a symbolic practice of returning to your center. And it whispers that balance is not something we find once and keep forever. It's something that we lovingly return to again and again and again and again. Wonderful. Archetypes. Archetypes are universal sort of patterns. If you don't know what an archetype is, it's a universal pattern of human experience um, that appears across cultures, across myths and traditions, and they represent timeless qualities that live within us. That, could be the wise elder, could be the healer, could be the creator, the explorer. There's many, many, many others. And when we associate an archetype to a crystal, we we are using symbolic language to describe the qualities that the stone awakens within us. And so the crystal does not contain the archetype. It just serves as a reminder of that potential already present within our own hearts. And so understanding archetypes can deepen our relationship with crystals by shifting our focus from what can the stone do for me, instead what qualities within myself is the stone inviting me to develop. So that's pretty much what an archetype is. Shiva Lingams is the creator. That's what most beautifully, it's getting hot in here, I'm pulling my sleeves up. What most beautifully is reflected in Shiva Lingam. It's not simply an artist or a craftsperson, it's part of us that recognizes that every day is a wonderful opportunity to shape our lives with intention. And the creator understands that our thoughts and words and actions and relationships all contribute to the world that we are continually creating around us. And Shiva Lingam just embodies this archetype because its symbolism is rooted in creation itself. And it just reminds us that we're always participating in the unfolding of our life, whether consciously or unconsciously. And working with this beautiful stone invites us to become much more intentional about what we nurture and what we release and what we choose to bring into being. And the creator also understands that genuine creation requires both discipline and inspiration, imagination and grounding. And Shiva Lingam reflects this beautifully, that balance beautifully. And it just encourages us to dream while keeping us rooted as well and authentic and present. It is fabulous. I always give you precautions with crystal and the essential oil. From a physical perspective, Shiva Lingam is durable, and your polished crystals and all that can be chipped when you drop them on hard surfaces. It is absolutely suitable for regular handing. Probably don't drop it though. Store it carefully, because especially mine, because it is heavy, it will, and it's and it's that egg, it will roll off places. So you do have to be careful where you put it. You don't want it to crush your other beautiful crystals. And because authentic egg Shiva lingams hold that beautiful, profound religious significance within Hinduism, uh, I think they should be approached with respect and cultural sensitivity as well. And for many people, and especially me, even all my other crystals, that these are not simply decorative stones, and especially this one. This is a beautiful, sacred, devotional object. And taking just a small moment just to acknowledge and honor that heritage just enriches our own relationship with the crystal and reflects beautiful gratitude for the traditions that have preserved this amazing thing over thousands and thousands of years. It's lovely. And finally, while many people find personal inspiration and comfort in the symbolic and metaphysical qualities with Shiva Lingam, these practices don't they complement rather than replace appropriate medical and psychological or professional care. So I think the greatest gift the stone gives is that it doesn't change us. It quietly just reminds us of something we so often forget, that true wholeness begins not by becoming someone different and new, but by embracing every single part of who you already are. Beautiful. I love it, Angela. I love it. Hello, Carrie dear. Lovely to see you. Haven't seen you for a while. Fantastic, Angela. I love that. Pleasure. My pleasure. All right. The essential oil I chose to go with this beautiful crystal is Angelica root. And you have a lot of so many essential oils that just brighten the room with vibrant citruses, floral sweetness. Angelica root isn't one of them. It arrives almost reverently, and it carries that beautiful feeling of ancient forests, dew-covered earth, and the peaceful silence that follows heartfelt prayer. It is very different, very beautiful. It is it doesn't wrap, it doesn't overwhelm our our senses. It just wraps around us like a beautiful warm cloak on a cool morning, and offering a beautiful sense of protection that is both beautifully comforting, but also empowering. Um, if you talk to other people, they might describe feeling calmer simply by inhaling its aroma. And it's like an invisible weight has been lifted from their shoulders. That is what I say about Angelica Root. Ah, thank you, Carrie. Thank you. Bless you. That's so beautiful. It really touches my heart. The oil has earned the most poetic title. It's called the Oil of the Angels. Hardly surprising, being Angelica root. But that's not because of any scientific property it has. It's just what the generations of herbalists and healers and spiritual practitioners have associated with it. It's beautiful comfort, it's guidance, and it's reassurance. Um, you can use it during meditation, reflection, or simply part of an evening ritual. Angelica Root encourages us to remember that we never truly walk life's path alone. And it's a bit like, I mean, this is why I paired the two of them together, the Shiva Lingam and this, because they both um, don't inspire that outward action. And Angelica Root invites us inward. It encourages us to become still enough to hear our own beautiful inner wisdom, and to trust that beautiful quiet voice, and to recognize that our strength is often calm and steady and deeply rooted. So if there was one message that this remarkable oil would whisper, um, it would be telling us that we are supported even when we cannot see the path ahead. That is its beautiful message. Angelica has one of the richest folklore traditions of any medicinal plant in Europe. Its story stretches back through medieval monasteries, traditional herbal medicine, and countless tales of protection and healing. And its botanical name is Angelica arc Angelica. I've never been good with the botanical names. My friend was all into the botanicals, which is lovely. It just reflects one of its most enduring legends. According to medieval tradition, the Archangel Michael was said to have appeared to a monk during a devastating plague, and revealing that Angelica was or is a protective medicinal herb. Whether taken literally or symbolically, the story changed the shape of the plant's reputation, and it soon became known throughout Europe as the herb of the angels. I love it. I love it. During the Middle Ages, Angelica was carried as an amulet, they used to hang it above doorways as well. They would weave it into protective garlands, and they used it in herbal preparations, which were believed to strengthen the body during times of illness. That tea is making me burp. Excuse me. Um, Monastic gardens, they carefully cultivated it, and they recognized in it its culinary value as well as its medicinal value. And herbalists like Nicholas Culpeper, he praised Angelica for its beautiful warming qualities and its ability to support digestion, circulation, and just overall vitality. Across Scandinavia and Northern Europe, Angelica was considered so valuable that it was sometimes cultivated as an important food crop. And so every part of the plant was used. Its stems were candied, its seeds were flavored liqueurs, and its roots became treasured ingredients in all the traditional herbal remedies. So they used everything. If we move on to modern aromatherapy, that does continue that long tradition as well, but it doesn't view Angelica root as magical, as a lot of the medieval and early people did. But they appreciate both its beautiful, rich historical symbolism, and its beautiful, grounding, aromatic profile. It remains an oil that is often chosen for meditation, and for just creating a sense of sacred space around you. Varieties, it comes primarily from what I said before, and Angelica, Archangelica. It's a beautiful, tall, graceful biennial plant, and it belongs to the Apiaceae family. And that's the same family that includes carrots, parsley, fennel, coriander, and dill. Um, but Angelica possesses a beautiful fragrance, entirely its own. I used some carrot seed oil in one of my blends the other day. Oh, actually, I think it was. And this is a beautiful blend uh, to help with releasing negative energy, or when you're doing speaking like this is what I created it for, to help um, keep that energy high, but not so high I'm jumping around the walls, but to just to, especially after the live, to just, because often when you do something like this, your energy can just plummet. And this is a beautiful thing that I put on before and after the live, just to keep a beautiful um, sensitive sort of energy flowing, and that has carrot seed in it. And carrot seed is very strong. So one drop maximum, and it adds that beautiful, beautiful uh, blending with angelica root. Um, Within that genus Angelica, there are numerous species growing across Europe and Asia and North America, but Angelica archangelica is the species that is used for aromatherapy and herbal medicine, because its aromatic richness and its long historical use. So the essential oil is distilled from the mature roots, and they accumulate their aromatic compounds over 2 growing seasons. And so, just as the deepest strength of the plant lies hidden beneath the soil, its most treasured fragrance is found in the roots, and rather than the flowers or the leaves. Every essential oil carries its own unique character as well. And Angelica root possesses a beautiful personality that feels both nurturing and a little bit majestic as well. So, 1 p.m. in Sydney now. Love it. Um, if lavender is the like gentle caregiver, and you have frankincense, which is the wise teacher. Angelica root is that faithful guardian that stands beside you during life's uncertain moments. It never rushes you forward nor encourages retreat. Instead, it just remains present, and it just reminds you that courage is found in taking the next small wee step. And you only need to see the small wee step, you don't need to see the entire journey. There is a beautiful duality within Angelica. It is profoundly grounding. Um, it's never heavy, though, and it supports emotional steadiness without dulling the intuition. It helps us feel anchored to the earth while remaining receptive to inspiration and higher perspective. And the balance is one reason it has become so beloved in contemplative practices. Emotionally, Angelica root just feels like a compassionate elder, someone who has weathered many storms and then speaks with beautiful confidence, quietly, not urgently. And Angelica root teaches that resilience is not about becoming harder, but about developing deeper roots. Angelica root possesses one of the most complex aromas in aromatherapy. Its fragrance unfolds gradually, revealing layer upon layer upon layer of earthy sophistication. The first impression you will get when you first smell it is rich, damp, woodland soil with a bit of rain. So it's deeply earthy, it's cool and it's grounding. And then almost immediately it's joined by soft herbal notes that, like crushed green stems, and wild mountain plants. And then the aroma develops, and it develops into, the more you inhale it, it develops into warm, woody sort of undertones, and then it starts to emerge into sort of subtle, peppery nuances as well, and a faint musky sweetness too. There are little whispers of spice and resin. There's even a little bit of delicate sort of floral softness hidden there too in its earthy foundation. Um, a lot of people will notice it's very gentle, very understated celery like freshness. And that is reflecting its botanical relationship with other members of the Apiaceae family. And others will detect juniper, forest moss, and aged roots. So it just depends on your olfactory senses. It's it's definitely not an oil that reveals itself in one single breath. You have to keep just smelling it to get those layers out, which is, it's like having a meaningful conversation with an old friend. It just wants you to linger a wee bit and discover its new dimensions, each time you come back to inhale a bit more. Angelica root is native to cool northern regions, like Scandinavia, Iceland, Greenland, and parts of northern and eastern Europe. Um, Although it is actually now cultivated in several temperate regions around the world too. But it thrives in rich, moist soil, and cooler climates. It will often grow beside streams, meadows, and woodland edges where the earth just remains consistently nourished. And these growing conditions contribute to the depth, and complexity of its aromatic compounds. It is lovely. I don't know why my nose is blocked. Um, its preference, though, is for cool northern landscapes, and that reflects its beautiful energetic symbolism. And it it will grow in places where nourishment is needed, and it has patient seasons. It's has 2 seasons to get there, and it needs a lot of care. Not when it's grown wildly. I mean, the earth itself, nature itself, Mother Earth cares for it. Angelica root essential oil is produced through steam distillation of the dried roots. And so after harvesting, the roots are washed very carefully, then they're chopped, and then they're partially dried, and then they get placed into a distillation vessel. So then steam passes through the plant material, and that releases its volatile, aromatic compounds. And then as the steam cools, it condenses into an aromatic water and essential oil. And then that naturally separates. So then the result is the essential oil can range from pale yellow to amber in colour, and possesses a beautifully, remarkably rich, earthy fragrance. It's beautiful symbolism in this process. You know, the roots, that's what's been hidden beneath the soil for at least 2 seasons. And then it's accumulated its greatest treasure before releasing them through the action of steam. And, you know, our beautiful, deepest strengths pretty much do that too. Beneath the surface, you know, they're developing, and a lot longer before they become visible to the world as well. It's, if it could speak to me, crystals speak to me more than essential oils, but if it spoke to me, it would tell me to stand gently but firmly, but also know that I'm held. So, yes, very, very similar, Angela. Very, very similar to patchouli. Absolutely. They would blend beautifully together. Um, its energetic presence feels protective without becoming restrictive, grounding without becoming heavy, and it is it's symbolically chosen during periods of transition and uncertainty, and it encourages us just to remain grounded and rooted while, you know, we allow life to continue to unfold naturally. There is also a profound sense of trust too, woven through its energetic signature, and it's it just reminds us that guidance isn't always dramatic or unmistakable. That it just arrives in that beautiful whisper of inner knowing, a gentle intuition, and that unexpected sense of peace that arrives when we become still enough to notice it. And Angelica root symbolizes that. The chakra it's connected to is the root chakra. That is its strongest connection, energetic association. Um, that's located at the base of the spine, and this governs our safety, our stability, our belonging, and our connection to the physical world. It's that it's the energetic foundation upon which everything else is built. So if you have a strong root chakra, all the other chakras will build upon that beautifully. But if your root chakra is slightly off, then you'll have the next chakra come in a bit higgly piggly. Then the next one will get even worse, and the next one will get worse, and so they all stay out of balance. If you can keep your root chakra balanced, most times the whole of your chakras will stay balanced too. I love that, Angela. And that's probably what they smelt, but it's beautiful. I love patchouli too. It is so lovely, and that's probably why. And I love Angelica root as well. I'm much more into those earthy. I mean, I do love ylang ylangs, and jasmine is my signature scent. So yeah, I do love some of those. Yeah. I love that smell like dirt and grass. That's awesome. um, yes, Jen. Yeah, jasmine is absolutely my signature one. But I often put more earthy ones with it when I'm blending. Although the perfume I did just recently has got jasmine, neroli, ylang ylang. Um, there was one other in it, and I can't remember the other one. So a lot more florally than usual. Yeah. Yes, Jen. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. I've put all these blends too for this live. They're already up there. I did it without having to think, oh gosh, I haven't done it. So those are already there, the blends using the Angelica root as well. So yeah. So yeah, go to my link tree. Sorry, is what I should have said. So in my Insight Timer profile, you find my link tree. Go to the About part, go right down to the bottom, and you'll find my link tree where you'll find all these blends that I'm going to tell you all about shortly. So working with Angelica root for your root chakra, you can use it during meditation. When you're meditating with your root chakra, when you're doing any grounding sort of meditations, keep Angelica root with you. It is a beautiful symbolic reminder that we just need to slow down sometimes and reconnect. We're always quite often just busy, aren't we? And it just loves to remind us to slow down. It definitely encourages us to cultivate beautiful roots, and those can be through meaningful relationships, healthy routines, definitely time in nature. The root chakra just loves being out in nature. So does Angelica root, and self-compassion. Absolutely self-compassion. So it is fabulous. Angelica root is perhaps best thought of as an oil for creating sanctuary in everyday life. Its aroma lends itself beautifully to moments when we long to reconnect with ourselves. And whether that is through meditation or journaling or prayer or just sitting with a cup of tea. I do my best meditation when I'm sitting with a cup of tea. Diffuse it during evening rituals. It loves the evening. And that can help transform an ordinary room into a beautiful, peaceful refuge. It is fabulous. Ultimately, Angelica root teaches us that spiritual growth does not require extraordinary experiences. Sometimes it just begins with something wonderfully simple: slowing down, breathing deeply, and just remembering that we have always been supported. We never walk alone. Its archetype is the guardian, and the guardian represents qualities of protection, steadiness, responsibility, compassionate strength. This archetype doesn't like being in the limelight, doesn't seek recognition or power for its own sake. It just likes to create safe spaces in which others and indeed ourselves can flourish. The Guardian reminds us that truth strength is usually expressed through patience and presence and unwavering care. And Angelica root just beautifully embodies this energy. It's amazingly long history as a protective herb, its grounding fragrance, and its association with resilience all mirror that guardian's beautiful confidence. Perhaps most importantly, the guardian teaches us that protection is, it's not about building walls, it's about cultivating such deep inner stability that we can remain open-hearted without becoming overwhelmed. And Angelica root just reminds us that the safest place we will ever inhabit is a heart that knows how to be true to itself. And you get all that from Angelica root. I've gone from my tea to water now. Angelica root essential oil is highly concentrated, should always be diluted before applying to your skin. It's naturally occurring compounds mean it will increase photosensitivity. So don't put it on your skin if you're immediately going out into the sunshine. and you ideally would want to put it on, if you, especially in summertime, put it on as a nighttime oil, so that by the time you get up in the morning, that photosensitivity has depleted. But with all essential oils, do a patch test always, especially if you have sensitive skin. Angelica root, definitely don't take it internally. Um, and be careful if you are pregnant or breastfeeding, or have ongoing medical conditions. It's always advisable to seek professional advice before using essential oils. But in saying that, you're the only one that knows your body. So test first. Test first. And, finally, Angelica root has been treasured for centuries in herbal traditions, and many people find profound personal meaning in its symbolic and aromatic qualities, in its beautiful spiritual associations, are complementary practices rather than medical treatments. And its greatest gift is may simply be this: a gentle reminder that beautiful, like the roots, like the roots that were distilled, our deepest strength is often hidden beneath the surface, patiently supporting every step of our journey. So it's beautiful. Now, if we put them together, so if we have Shiva Lingam, and we're holding Shiva Lingam in your hands, and just imagine that you're holding this and that you have the aroma of the Angelica root around you, then I wouldn't be talking about chakras or minerals or chemistry. I would begin with this question: have you ever noticed that so much modern life encourages us to become more, but very rarely encourages us to become whole? We're encouraged to become more successful, more productive, more efficient, more spiritual, more knowledgeable, more accomplished, more, everything more. Yet very few people ask one simple question: is how connected do you feel to yourself when you're doing more and more and more? But there is a profound difference between becoming more and becoming whole. And this is where Shiva Lingam and Angelica root meet together. They aren't interested in helping you become someone different. They're interested in helping you remember the person you were before the world told you what you should be. And that's their magic together. Shiva Lingam has been shaped by those flowing waters of India for countless years, thousands of years. And it didn't become smooth because life was easy. It became smooth because it learned how to move with life instead of constantly fighting against that water. That's a beautiful lesson. Sometimes we think that growth is about pushing and pushing harder and harder. But maybe it's actually about softening enough to allow life to shape us without losing who we are. Then you've got Angelica root. It comes in, joins the conversation, and its fragrance has been treasured for centuries as a beautiful symbol of protection, guidance, and courage. And that's not because it promises that difficult things will never happen. Difficult things do happen, but they happen to shape us in most times. And so, yeah, it just reminds us that we are capable of meeting those moments with grace. And together, these two beautiful companions they invite us to ask a very different question. And it's not how do I fix myself, but how do I come home to myself? Come home to yourself. Um, Nothing is actually broken. We just simply become distracted from our own wisdom sometimes. You know, one of the things I find and have found since I've had Shiva Lingam is that it's beautifully balanced in its shape. There are no sharp edges, nothing competing for attention. Everything just simply flows. And nature has spent thousands and thousands of years shaping it through water. Water never argues with stone, it just simply returns again and again and again until that transformation happens. And maybe healing works that way too, you know, not through one big dramatic breakthrough, but through countless small moments. A kind conversation, a walk in nature, even just stopping for 5 peaceful breaths. One breath is meditation. Choosing a nourishing meal, a morning meditation. Sit and do a morning meditation while the sun rises, holding Shiva Lingam. Ah, beautiful. Just one lovely decision repeated over and over until our lives begin to feel different. And Angelica Root understands that kind of wisdom. Its fragrance doesn't rush into the room demanding to be noticed. It just creates something much more precious. It creates space. Space to think, space to breathe, and space to remember. And it isn't isn't that what we long for sometimes? Not more information. Although I'm dumping a whole lot of information on you today. But we want more spaciousness. And when life becomes noisy and intuition struggles to be heard, when life becomes hurried, wisdom often whispers too softly for us to notice. And Angelica Root just quiets the unnecessary, and Shiva Lingam steadies what remains. And together, they become these beautiful pillars of an ancient temple. One pillar is rooted deeply into the earth, and one pillar is reaching gracefully towards the heaven. And you become the sacred space between them. Beautiful. One of my favorite images with this pairing is imagining yourself standing inside a beautiful stone temple. There's no walls keeping the world out, just great pillars that are supporting the roof, and light is pouring in from every direction. And the temple isn't protecting you from life, it's just helping you stand differently within life. And that's what these two teach us: no escape, presence, not perfection, wholeness, not certainty, trust. And there's something else I think they whisper to us. And if you've been with me lots, you know I love whispers. And I really feel what they're whispering together is that we spend so much time of life trying to control everything. We plan, we predict, we prepare, we worry, we rehearse conversations that might never happen. We replay conversations. I'm good at that one. We replay conversations that are already over. And somewhere along the way, we forget how to simply live. And I imagine it like Angelica Root just places its hand over mine, and it just tells me that I don't need to know every step. I only need enough light for the next one. And Shiva Lingam beside it, it says that I'm already have everything I need within me to take that next step. Ah, Nyla, yes, yes, Jordan, yes, he was talking about said that you were his daughter. Lovely to see you. So perhaps that is why this pairing just feels so beautifully peaceful. It removes the exhausting pressure to have life completely figured out. It just teaches us something beautiful instead. Become present, become balanced, become kind, become patient, become yourself. Everything else can unfold from there. So imagine carrying that energy into your relationships. Imagine speaking from balance rather than reaction. Imagine making decisions from trust rather than fear. And just imagine beginning each morning by asking, how can I become a little more whole today? Not more impressive, not more perfect, simply more whole. That is sacred work. And perhaps that's what this pairing has been trying to definitely teach me since I've had the two of them together. And that it teaches us that the greatest temple we will ever enter is this one. It's the one I am already living inside. This is the greatest temple ever. And you are the same, absolutely the same. These are pairings they invigorate the senses, um, but they also quiet them too. Shiva Lingam and Angelica Root belong beautifully with the quiet more than the invigorate. And as you spend time with this combination, you might notice a gradual but unmistakable shift. That chatter of your mind starts to just quieten down. Your breathing just becomes naturally deeper. Your shoulders relax, it just happens without effort. And the rich, earthy aromas of Angelica Root just wrap around you like that protective cloak I was talking about earlier. And then you have that smooth weight of Shiva Lingam in your hand, and that becomes that physical reminder to slow down and simply be present. Hi, Adrena. I love that. I love that. Yes, you see, that is the difference between our olfactory senses. What someone absolutely adores, someone else will go, oh, yuck. That's hilarious. I love that. I love that. Many people describe these two together helps them move from doing into being. Thoughts become less urgent, emotions feel less overwhelming. The body just begins to recognize that it is safe to rest. It's like stepping from a noisy street into an ancient stone sanctuary, and where every sound is much softer and every breath feels more meaningful. And in that space, intuition often becomes so much easier to hear. And it's not because it suddenly appears, but it's just because the worldly distractions have finally settled. And that is a beautiful sensory shift. It's one of the greatest pairings, gifts of this pairing. That peace is not something we have to create. It's something we allow ourselves to notice. All right, that is the two of them. I have various blends for these two. And as I said earlier, they are up on my link tree already. So I've got a beautiful Sacred Earth Body Oil. It is a beautiful oil for grounding, and and especially if life feels a little bit overwhelming. So that one has got jojoba in it. It has got sesame oil. Try and get organic if you can, especially with sesame oil. It has also got calendula oil. I love calendula oil as a carrier oil. It is beautiful. Then it has angelica root, frankincense, cedarwood, Atlas cedarwood, and then just to add a little bit of sweetness, it's got sweet orange, and that just takes the weight off the earthy tones, and it's beautiful. Um, that is lovely to make sure you place your crystal, any crystal you have, actually, not necessarily Shiva Lingam, but this blend has the energy of Shiva Lingam. So place it by the bottle when you're blending it, and maybe just before you sit. I always sit before I make a blend, and I hold the crystal I'm going to use with that blend at my heart space, and or you can roll it between your hands, which is really lovely, just for a few moments, just to breathe before you make the oil, so that your intention is set, and it becomes a little ritual then too, which is lovely. That is a beautiful blend. A beautiful blend for, it's a body oil, so it's a beautiful blend to put on your shoulders, on your chest or your lower back, or the soles of your feet. Um, do that particularly before meditation, or in the evening, just before you're going to sleep too. It's lovely for that, and that will keep you, especially when you put it on the soles of your feet, it just keeps you lovely and grounded. Then I have a face oil, and that one has jojoba, rose hip oil, camellia seed oil, pomegranate seed oil. It's beautiful, this one. And then angelica root, frankincense, and sandalwood. That one is divine. I loved that one when I made that one. And when you use it, put a couple of drops into your palm, being a face oil. Rub your palms together. Put that bottle down before you break it, Joanne. Rub your palms together and inhale it before you put it on your face. And then just massage over your face with beautiful upward movements. It's lovely to just stop and pause before you, with your skincare, because it's just a little pause. That's that stillness that you can create in little pockets of your day. I also have a toner there as well on the blends that I've put up there, and that has got rose hydrosol, chamomile, and frankincense hydrosol, then distilled water, and then a teaspoon of vegetable glycerin. I do put optional there, but that you don't need it essentially, but it is lovely to put it in there if you do have it, and it just binds the essential oils a bit better. You could put in some vodka or brandy too, and that would bind them as well. And then just that doesn't have any essential oils in it, but it has that energy of angelica root in it. Then I have a room mist, which is lovely. That is frankincense, hydrosol, distilled water, cedarwood, cedar hydrosol. This one I've put a natural I can never say it, solubilizer in it. And if you're not using the essential oils, you don't need it. But definitely with this one, you need the solubilizer because you're adding essential oils to this one. And again, that can be vodka or brandy or something like that. And then angelica root and sweet orange and cedarwood. That is a really lovely blend. Put that where you meditate, or in your bedroom, or just if you have a spot where you read, just spray it around there. just before your journaling or doing yoga, beautiful to spray around. It just its fragrance just helps to slower your breath, and it is and just to create that beautiful inner stillness. It's lovely. Then I've got a Mala anointing one. This is the one I made. I've made this one a wee while, well, a few weeks ago. But I just put them in a little bottle like that. Put it on your fingertips before you're using your mala, and the aroma, just adding aroma to your meditation is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I have a course about that actually, which is just helps you to learn how to find out what essential oils you like while meditating. And then yes, so that is there. And then I have a tea. Now a tea obviously doesn't have Shiva Lingam in it or Angelica root, because you can't digest Angelica root. But sorry, it hasn't got Angelica root essential oil in it, but it has Angelica root. Two very different things. So it does have Angelica root. You can get that dried. So it's a dried Angelica root. Then Tulsi, which is also known as holy basil, and then lemon balm and chamomile, and then dandelion root, and then ginger, and put that into your pot, into your cup, mix them together, put some in your teacup, and then pour over some near boiling water. Just let it steep for about 5 to 7 minutes. Actually, it's got a lot of roots in it, hasn't it? It's got dandelion root, Angelica root, ginger. Yeah, so I would do that one for at least 10 minutes actually. And then when it's finished steeping, you can add some honey if you want to too. And that makes a beautiful, beautiful tea. And just hold your Shiva Lingam while you're doing a sipping ritual. And it is a beautiful, beautiful way to slow down and to be still. Fabulous. How are we all doing? How are we all doing? Are we ready to meditate? How long have we been going? Oh, an hour 47. That's not too bad. I do have lots of yes, please. Maribel's ready. I do have lots, well, not lots, but I've been doing quite a few tea. Oh, this one actually, this is the meditation that I'm going to do now with you. I recorded it and it got approved last night. So that was good. Perfect timing. So that's the meditation we are going to do. So if you want to do that, but I also have quite a few tea meditations as well. So you can do your own little tea meditation with that beautiful, beautiful blend. All right, my lovelies. Let's meditate. After all that information, it's time to become still, to become present, and just to slow down a wee bit. So just settle into your comfortable position. If you have Shiva Lingam, hold it. If not, get your favorite crystal and hold it. And maybe you've got something diffusing as well. But hopefully you can imagine the beautiful aroma of Angelica root while we're doing this meditation. So settle yourself. Allow your hands to rest softly in your lap if you're not holding anything. If you're holding a small crystal, you can still rest your hands in your lap. If you have a giant wee one like this, then just sit it beside you. And then just place your hands over your heart and start to let that beautiful, rich fragrance earthy fragrance of angelica root just drift around you like that beautiful warm evening cloak. Close your eyes. Take a beautiful, slow, deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just feel your day beginning to soften around the edges. And another breath in. And another breath out. With each exhale, just imagine yourself releasing the need to hurry, releasing the need to have everything figured out, releasing the weight of expectations that maybe are resting on your shoulders. That fragrance of angelica root it's growing a little deeper now, earthy and ancient. It's like the roots of the earth itself are breathing with you. And as your body relaxes, just become aware of a glorious, soft, golden light beneath your feet. And it starts to rise slowly, surrounding you until you feel held within a beautiful, luminous cocoon. The room around you begins to fade. And when the light settles once more, you find yourself standing at the edge of an ancient forest just before dawn. The air is cool and fragrant. Tall trees arch overhead. Their leaves are whispering softly in the morning breeze. Fireflies drift between the branches like tiny floating lanterns. And then somewhere in the distance you hear the call of the birds greeting the coming day. And the path beneath your feet is made of smooth earth and scattered river stones. And as you begin walking, the scent of angelica root accompanies you, rich and comforting. It's like the forest itself is offering you protection for your journey. And with every step, the world grows quieter. And you notice how easily your breathing falls into rhythm with the path. How naturally your shoulders relax. How the mind begins to settle. And then, carried on the dawn breeze, you hear it. The sound of flowing water. Soft at first, then clearer. It's the song of a great river. And the trees gradually part, and before you stretches the sacred Namada. And the sight just takes your breath away. The river glows with silver and gold light beneath the rising sun, and mist curls above the surface like silk. And beneath the clear water, you can see hundreds of smooth Shiva Lingam resting peacefully on the riverbed, each one polished by countless centuries of flowing water. You remove your shoes, step carefully into the river. The water is cool and clear and wonderfully alive. And as it flows around your ankles, then your knees, you feel it carrying away tension you did not even realize you were holding. Every worry, every fear, every unfinished thought. The river doesn't force them away, it just simply invites you to release them. And you move a little deeper into the water, and the morning mist begins to glow. And within the mist, radiant figures slowly emerge, beings of gentle light, and their robes shimmer like flowing water, and their presence feels deeply peaceful. They don't speak at first. They just simply smile, and that smile is so kind that your heart immediately feels safe. And one of the luminous guardians steps forward and kneels beside the riverbed. And with both hands, they lift a beautiful Shiva Lingam from the water. Droplets cascade from the stone like liquid sunlight. And then the guardian places it gently into your palms. The moment you hold it, warmth spreads through your hands and into your heart. The river around you begins to shimmer, and within its flowing surface, memories appear. Not painful ones, just beautiful ones. Maybe it was a moment when you comforted someone. Maybe it was a moment when you were brave. A moment when you chose kindness. A moment when you kept going, even though it was so difficult. And the river is reminding you of the goodness that has always lived within you. And the guardian finally speaks. Their voice is so gentle, gentle as the flowing water. And before the stone belonged to you, it belonged to the river. And before it belonged to the river, it belonged to the mountain. And before it belonged to the mountain, it belonged to the fire that formed the earth itself. And before all of that, it simply belonged to the great mystery. Nothing truly sacred is ever owned. It is simply entrusted to us for a little while. And you hold the Shiva Lingam a little closer. The stone feels steady, ancient, and wonderfully alive. And the guardians invite you to follow them upstream. And you walk beside the Narmada as lotus flowers bloom along the banks, and great banyan trees spread their branches overhead. The fragrance of angelica root drifts through the air, mingling with the freshness of the river. And eventually, the path leads to an open stone temple built beside the water. There are no walls, only graceful pillars carved with rivers, stars, and sacred trees. In the center rise a column of golden light, stretching from the earth way up into the sky. The guardians guide you into the center of the temple. One by one, they place their hands over their hearts. Do you do the same? The first guardian offers trust. A ribbon of golden light flows into your heart. The second offers courage. The third offers compassion. The fourth offers patience. The fifth offers joy. The sixth offers forgiveness. And each gift settles within you, awakening qualities that have always been there, waiting to be remembered. The oldest guardian steps forward and places a hand lightly over the Shiva Lingam you hold. And he says, this stone has spent thousands of years being shaped by flowing water. It never hurried. It never resisted. It just simply allowed life to polish away what was no longer needed. And perhaps your soul has been doing the same. You feel those words settle deeply within you. Perhaps every challenge has shaped you. Every season has polished you. You are becoming smoother, wiser, and more whole than you realize. The column of light begins to expand, surrounding the entire temple. It flows through the pillars, through the river, through the trees, through your own heart. And for a few moments, there is no separation between earth and sky, between river and stone, between the sacred place around you and the sacred place within you. The fragrance of Angelica Root wraps around you like a blessing. You feel protected, guided, held. Guardians gather around you one final time, and each places a hand beautifully, quietly, gently upon your shoulders. And together they say, whenever you hold this stone, the river will remember you. Whenever you breathe the fragrance of Angelica Root, the temple will remember you. And whenever you choose stillness over rushing, you will remember yourself. The morning sun now shines brightly across the Namada, and you walk slowly back along the riverbank, carrying the Shiva Lingam close to your heart. The luminous gardens watch with gentle smiles as the mist begins to dissolve into golden light. Step by step, the sacred river softens into memory. The temple fades. The forest grows quiet. And the warm golden light that first carried you here now gently brings you home. Become aware of your breathing again. Feel the support beneath your body. Notice the room around you. Notice your fingers. Notice your heartbeat. Notice your legs and your toes connected to the earth. And notice that this beautiful pilgrimage is not ending. The Namada now flows within your own heart. The wisdom of Shiva Lingam rests within your hands. And the protection of Angelica Root walks beside you wherever life leads next. Take one final slow breath in. And as you breathe out, carry this blessing with you. May you be shaped by the river of life. May you be guided by wisdom deeper than fear. May you remember that wholeness is not something you must earn. It has been flowing through you all along. And when you feel ready, just slowly, gently opening your eyes. Welcome home. Hello, Amanda. Oh, Jen, thank you. Bless you. Thank you, Jen. Always love finishing with the meditation. It just, I don't know, it just feels like it cements everything else into place beautifully and just brings that stillness into your body. Thank you, Maribel. Wonderful. Oh, that wasn't I put up the card for today, didn't I? I thought I put in I didn't put in the meditation, did I? Oh well. Next time I see you will be in a couple of days in our beautiful meditation up to the spirit chakra now. No, I thought I put it there, but I didn't, and I can't do it now until I finish. But it is there. However, it did not, that meditation, I got an email saying it was live, and when I went to look for it, I couldn't find it. I did find it eventually, but if you can't find it, you might need to go to my, if you didn't get notification of it, you might need to go to my page, and when you go to tracks, choose newest, and it will be at the top there. So it is, what is it called? What did I call it? What did I call it? Can't see it. I know it's here somewhere. Oh, there it is. It's the pilgrimage to the Namada. That's what I called it. The pilgrimage to the Ramada. The Namada. 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 can't spell. Let's correct that. There we go. So that's what that track is called. So, yes, so it is live, and if you haven't been notified by it, you'll have to go to my my profile. Oh, good. Oh, good. Love that, Maribel. I also put these the essential oil and crystal tracks, and I do a tea meditation each week as well. And I put those in separate folders in my and in my profile. So if you go along, you'll see folders, and you'll see the tea tracks and the crystal and essential oil tracks. Hello. Oh, let me say that. Jay Endra. Is that right? Jane Endra. What a beautiful name. I just wish I'm pronouncing it right. Ah, thankfully. That is gorgeous. I love that. Ah, you're in India. How wonderful. We just did that. Beautiful there. No, Jen, not at all. Not at all. Wonderful. Come along and join. Yeah. From India. Yes. Did you hear the meditation then? And do you obviously probably know about Shiva Lingam too? I'm assuming. Love that. No, I never looked at other teachers' folders before until someone talked about it. I can't remember who talked about it. And they said that they placed playlists in their folders for people. And I thought, oh, I could do that. So I worked out how to do it. So, yes, it's in the folders section. What's the third one I have? I don't know. Yeah, I do, especially sleep tracks, Jen, especially sleep tracks. Wonderful to meet you, Jane Edra. Wonderful. Oh, okay. Clearly, I didn't do that right, but oh well. Fabulous, fabulous, beautiful people. Well, it has been a lovely session, absolutely lovely session. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, thoroughly enjoyed meeting new people. And hopefully, if that is your first time, then you might consider following me and seeing when go to the little dots and make sure you turn on notifications if you want to be notified about when I'm live or when I post a new track or something like that. I'm doing tracks. I do these meditations every week now. So yeah. Oh, okay, okay. I will have a look at that, Maribel. Thank you. Wonderful, Jen. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Nighttime for you, I guess. If it is, you have a beautiful sleep, beautiful, restful, peaceful sleep with amazing dreams and beautiful whispers. Love it. My pleasure, Maribel. My pleasure. All right, my lovelies, thank you so very much. I hope I will see you again really soon. Blessings to you all, love to you all, and we will see you again soon. Bye.